Today, we discuss the important elements the water fountains bring to the revitalization of the Main Street project. Plus, we check out a video that takes Aruba's slogan as one happy island to a whole new level. And we discuss how Aruba's rich musical culture helps to develop musicians. 15 on 15 starts right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. The water fountains on Oranjestad Main Street is a crucial part of the project. This is evident seeing as the Department of Public Works had to take matters into their own hands when Mambraka failed to successfully handle that portion of the project. In order to get the water fountains in Oranjestad running again, the Department of Public Works had to dissolve the contract they had with Mambraka regarding this portion of the project and sit down with Liquid Assets. Liquid Assets is the subcontractor on the job of the water fountains. Marlon Cruz explains the role the water fountains play on behalf of Main Street Revitalization Project.
With these fountains, we want to create, give in the Main Street and at the plazas a different kind of ambience. Like, for example, at the Plaza Yentl Lieuw, we have a fountain incorporated within the stage area that will give another ambience in comparison with the fountain at Plaza Niki.
The water fountains are designed to lure people further into Main Street and have them want to spend more time in the city center. Parents would have a reason to come to Main Street and spend if their children wants to be there.
The fountain is more oriented to the young people, the children who are visiting the Main Street itself. And with the other fountains like the one at Mango Plaza, to attract the people from the parking lot behind Peña and La Moderna, getting them into the Main Street. That's the kind of ambience we want to achieve with these fountains.
Switching gears, Compra NV is now offering cheese lovers more of an option when they go grocery shopping. Compra's continued partnership with Frico Cheese is on the rise as a rebranding was launched. On Saturday at DV Resort's Red Parrot, a select group of guests had the privilege of tasting the new offerings from Frico Cheese. The event is to inform clients of Compra on the rebranding of Frico, but more importantly, for them to savor the new cheese now being offered in Aruba.
We're relaunching it to show the people of Aruba what we have in store for them now. So not only the mild cheese, the jonge kaas, but now we have different types of cheeses. We'll have cheeses with herbs, cheeses with pepper, cheeses, actually a Dutch goat cheese, very mild. So what we are doing today is we have our big clients here, and through tastings and presentations, we want to introduce them to this new line of Frico.
The business event is a clever one since attendees learned from representatives of the Dutch brand on the history of the company, as well as continued success stories. Those who participated in the Frico cheese tasting left Red Parrot fully informed on the brand and its offerings. Coming up right after the break, we'll take happiness on Aruba to a whole new level. Also, we have new facts regarding fertility that you will want to know about, specifically if you are looking to have a baby. It isn't only up to the mom to be healthy, but the dad as well. This ultimately increases the chances of getting pregnant. We'll have all those details on that for you next, so stay with us. Aruba is known to be one happy island, but a recent video makes us look even happier. Who knew that was possible? Check this out.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along happens to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Speaking of happy, a pregnancy announcement usually goes along the lines of a happy occasion. But when trying to get there, there is something both men and women should know. For couples who are trying to get pregnant, you should know that it isn't only the woman who needs to make health a priority pre-baby. Both potential mom and dad needs to make sure their cholesterol levels are in check. High free cholesterol levels in both men and women can impact the amount of time it takes a couple to get pregnant. This is according to a new study. Researchers found high cholesterol in women was associated with a longer time trying to get pregnant. But the real shocker here was that couples who both had high cholesterol levels had the hardest time getting pregnant when compared to couples who had cholesterol levels in the normal range. On that note, we will be right back. Take a look to see what is coming up next. Sometimes the island gets overlooked when it comes to talent. With limited amount of platforms to showcase these talents, it can be tough to make it. But one local jazz pianist actually says being an Aruban and living on the island helped further his career. Jamal Baptiste graduated from one of the most prestigious music schools in the United States. He plans on returning to Indiana to get his master's degree. Once accomplished, he will return to the island to teach music to kids because he believes there are talents waiting to be recognized.
Oh, we are so talented. Being in America or living in America for the past roughly 4 years, I've realized that what we have in Aruba is so precious. We can go back and forth between any styles. You know, if it's playing calypso music and soca music, to playing merengue or to playing salsa or Afro-Cuban or cumbia or whatever, and even the classical traditions, waltzes, mazurkas, all of that, and then even playing jazz and playing fusion and R&B and all of that stuff now, and even some Brazilian music, bossa nova, samba, you know, batucada and all of that stuff, and those styles. If you take it to Haiti, zouk, compa. I mean, I can continue for like a minute, and having that background is so rich.
Jamal says specifically musicians on the island have the upper hand when they go abroad. Reason being, they are naturally diversified with the amount of background knowledge on various types of music. This helps tremendously when meeting different people abroad. You are then making a great impression.
When I'm up there and people ask me, how is it possible that you can switch back and forth between Afro-Cuban and Brazilian music? I'm like, well, that's just my culture. You know, it's just something that we do. Like, people, it's like second nature. It's what we're used to. So I would say we're very rich. We probably don't know it, but I'm so grateful that I was born here because it's opened so many doors. Whenever artists would come to Indiana, like salsa artists or Latin jazz artists, they would ask me, you know, to perform because whatever they play, I can adapt, and I owe that to the culture here in Aruba because if it wasn't for that rich culture that we have, I probably would not have been in those situations or placed in a situation where I can play with these top musicians and adapt. So yeah, we have talent here in Aruba, serious talent.
Jamal says aspiring musicians on the island are dynamic and can incorporate different dimensions into musical elements. They are able to do this because of what the island is exposed to musically. Who knew that Aruba's multiculturalism could play such a significant role in the young jazz pianist's life?
If you look at the population of Aruba, it's a constant mixture. You're constantly interacting with people from Puerto Rico, Cuba, Santo Domingo, West Indian Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts, Barbados, Jamaica, the reggae music. So we're for a small island. There are so many cultures, on one island that you're constantly in an environment where you're hearing different styles of music, and unknowing to us, these styles of music and cultures are ingrained in us. That when we leave, we can adapt and say, "Oh, I can play this without question."
That is it for us today. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back here with the latest on Monday nights starting at 7:15 p.m. right here on Channel 15 ATV. So we will see you then.